Alright guys, what's going on? It's been a while since I've done a video with this format. So I got some feedback that a lot of people didn't like the class. You know, I would film with the class, so it's kind of cool to get back to like just doing an exclusive video just for YouTube. So if you guys like this format, let me know in the comments. So I have my buddy Mike today. We're just gonna look at one of my favorite controls for the single leg takedown. And I haven't really seen it in wrestling. It's more of a Jiu Jitsu technique, so that's kind of cool that it's, you know, a takedown coming from Jiu Jitsu. That's kind of, you don't really hear about takedowns in Jiu Jitsu as much as like guard pulls and stuff like that. So get a little bit closer for me. Yeah. So if you've watched a few of my videos, especially on YouTube, I've been covering the arm drag. So a basic setup for the arm drag. Maybe your partner goes to post on your shoulder or push. Very common in no-gi. When he goes to push, I can, with my same side arm, come in, block, regrip on his wrist, and then I feed his arm towards my inside arm, okay? From here, I'm pulling him down, stepping, and then shuffling towards his back, okay? So that's a basic arm drag. A very common move off the arm drag, you know, maybe like I go for this, again, I go here, but I feel like, don't turn into me, yeah. I feel like it's kind of hard to cover that distance. I'm gonna turn this angle too. So like I'm here, it's hard to cover this distance. So sometimes I can switch to the leg, okay? So that's a very basic entry into the single leg that I really like. And I think it applies a lot to Jiu-Jitsu athletes because, you know, it's, you don't need to have like a really great wrestling base. You don't need to know how to shoot. And, you know, I could teach like a white belt this move, and then like maybe 2 or 3 months they can get this in a tournament. So I think it will work for you guys. So again, he's here, he goes to push off my shoulder. I block, circle his arm in. So I'm here. Ideally, I would like to go for the back. If you guys watch ADCC, like a lot of takedowns occur from behind the person. But sometimes the guy's too quick, or if I feel him pulling this arm out, back, pull your arm back. Like if I feel that when I hit the arm drag, I can also go for the single from here, okay? So I'm grabbing his leg. Guys, be sure to offset your partner behind, or either behind or off to the side. And that way we make the leg lighter. Because right now his leg's very heavy. I'm gonna keep my back aligned and straight. And look, I push off his ribs with my head like a battering ram, okay? So I'm here, I'm pushing him back, and then I'm gonna lift his leg off the ground. From here, I'm gonna do a knee pinch. So that means I bring my knees together, and that's just gonna allow me to switch my gripping with my arms, okay? If I just try to fight his leg with my arm, push your leg down, I might lose that battle. So I'm using my arm and my legs together in unison. From the arm drag, he goes to pull his arm out, boom, I switch to the single. Push him back, lift his leg up. So I really like to do like a gable grip. That's one of my favorite methods of controlling the single leg. And look how I go above his knee. But today I really wanna just introduce that rear naked choke grip, because I think it'll really help you guys. So I'm here, just look at my gripping. My back arm is coming between his legs, so inside of his body. And look, I grab my bicep, and just like a rear naked choke, I'm gonna go onto his hip. All right? So this is a very good control, and also because it's so high, it actually kind of lightens that leg for me. So I could actually, you know, move my body to one side, you know. So I'm not tethered to his leg. Here I'm kind of stuck here, but once I switch this grip, it's very strong, okay? So now we're gonna look at one of my favorite takedowns, we call it running the pipe. And we're gonna focus on the footwork a lot because that's the hardest part. So I have my rear naked choke grip here. The leg that's behind him, I'm gonna take a step backwards. All right, I'm gonna put your leg down. So just the footwork, I've kind of mentioned this before in some other videos with the single leg. I have the gripping, the rear naked choke grip. I'm gonna step back at least a 90-degree angle, okay? So I'm here, I take a step backwards, at least 90 degree. I could go even farther too, that's fine. As I do this, my back leg is gonna pivot on the ball of my foot, okay? So you guys just do this a few times. Boom. The guys in the class have done this too, right? Boom. And then once I'm here, I pivot on my leg, and then the hand that's on the hip, it pushes down. All right. Here, here, here. So again, from the beginning, he's gonna go to post or push. I'm catching him before. Circle, wax on, wax off, Karate Kid style. Grab the elbow. From here, if he pulls out his arm, that's fine. I'm already changing my level and placing my head on his ribs. From here, I push him back, making that leg light, knee pinch, and now I go to the rear naked choke grip. From here, I do that same footwork, taking a step backwards, 90-degree angle, pivot on the inside leg, and I push his hip down. Once I take Mike down, I don't want to stay here. I need to do a video on this topic by itself because guys leave this leg out all the time. Grab that leg, overhook, underhook, here, and then look, he's got the ashigarami. Okay, most jiu-jitsu guys suck at leg locks, so guys, stay out of the leg lock. So I had that rear naked choke gripping. Before he can grab my leg, look, I'm going to square myself or recenter. And all that means is that I get my shoulders in line with his shoulders. Okay, so I'm not sideways, guys. I come square. Okay, from here I can let go of my gripping, go to the knees. I can go for the hip, maybe the shoulder. You know, you can start your passing sequence, whatever that may be. Let's do that one more time. So again, he goes for the post, block. I go for the arm drag, he pulls out, boom. All right, I'm already in the pocket here. Off balance to the side, grabbing the leg, knee pinch. And look, I switch to that rear naked choke grip. From here, back step. Make sure to pivot on this leg. A lot of guys, they keep this leg stuck. So they can't they never get enough torque with their takedown. Okay, so a good analogy for this, imagine you're gonna hit a baseball. Oh, right? It's the same footwork. Oh. Okay. So I'm here, get a little bit closer, it's loud. Rear naked choke grip, back step, make sure to pivot and shove that hip down, okay guys? Oh. Come over here, follow me. Again, as soon as I land, guys, I center myself. I make myself square. Okay? From here, I could do my passing sequence, whatever that might be. You know, a lot of guys are doing like floating passes. Some other guys are doing like body lock passes. So that's a great entry point, okay? Let's have Mike do it on me one time just to see. So I'm gonna go to post. Which side do you like? This side? This side. Go to post. Gonna go arm drag. So the first one we did. So inside. There. I pull out. Yeah, there. So guys, watch Mike. He left his head on the outside. Come over here. No, stay. Come over here. He left his head on the outside. So whenever you're doing a single leg, your head's on the outside. This is always a threat, okay? Always worry about the guillotine. So you want to keep that head in. And depending on your height, you know, you can either stay on the rib cage or even bring it up higher to the shoulder, okay? From here, he's going to do the back step and pivot. Takes me down, and then he squares himself up. If he leaves his leg out, come over here on the side. It's hard being a camera guy. If he leaves that leg out, especially in Nogi, the guys are really good. They might just, instead of trying to play guard, they just come over here. And they latch onto your leg, right? So to stop me from doing that, square yourself up. He squares himself up, and he needs to lower his base. There. Now it's going to be very hard. I can still go for that leg, but now, because I have the dip so low, he can cross face me. Put your shoulder down. Yeah, now he's gonna make me pay. There we go. That's one of my favorite ways to control the single leg. Again, that rear naked choke grip. It's very useful just for keeping that leg up high. Once you have the leg secured, you can really use your hips. One thing I will say is that you want a little bit of space. If you're too tight on the leg, like, you're never gonna create any space, any momentum. So kind of rely on your gripping to control the leg, and then from here, really use your hips, step out, okay, and put a lot of pressure on the guy to get him to the ground, all right? Once you get him to the ground, square yourself up, all right? All right, guys, thank you.